Welcome to this edition of SKNIS Week in Review, a program highlighting the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for the past week. Here's a look at some of the highlights for the week of October 8th to 14th, 2021. Minister Grant announces upcoming cruises for St. Kitts and Nevis, field hospitals pivotal to further strengthening healthcare in the Federation, and St. Kitts and Nevis benefits from ROC program to economically empower women. I am your presenter, Sherima Matthew. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Lindsay Grant, announced some upcoming cruises for St. Kitts and Nevis for October and November during a press conference held at the Kuna Caribbean Conference Center on October 14th.
For the rest of October, we anticipate the following calls. The World Navigator, formerly Mystic Cruises, 23rd October 2021, berthing in St. Kitts. The vessel will then sail to Nevis on the 24th of October 2021. Viking Orion, 25th of October 2021. The Celebrity Equinox will not return for the rest of the month, but they will be back on the 7th of November 2021 when we anticipate an increase in our cruise traffic. Our aim is to ensure that we remain relevant as a cruise destination, as we find ourselves now in a position where, now more than ever, our success is dependent on other destinations.
Minister Grant said that St. Kitts and Nevis is expecting the arrival of cruise ships from both the American and European lines, and the schedule should be finalized by October month end. Minister of Health, the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, said that the donation of 2 field hospitals by the United States Southern Command, SOUTHCOM, is very pivotal and will aid in maintaining quality health care in St. Kitts and Nevis.
The receipt of these field hospitals is very timely and very important to the Ministries of Health and people of St. Kitts and Nevis who access the healthcare services, because such an additional resource to our healthcare sector ensures that there is adequate space capacity in response to the emergency needs of our citizens and residents at the national level. Having recognized the versatile and comfortable infrastructure of the field hospitals, we can now be assured of an effective space and capability to manage victims of disaster and other emergencies. In an era when we are all confronted with the challenges of COVID-19 globally and nationally, an added 40-bed field hospital will most certainly augment our capacity and is expected to provide an opportunity to relieve some of the burden on the existing public health facilities. Hence, the field hospital will serve as an adjunct structure which meets hospital standards.
The health minister used the occasion to commend the health practitioners and support staff who underwent a 2-day training aimed at further equipping them with additional first responders skills. Minister Byron Nisbet expressed sincere thanks and profound appreciation to the United States government, specifically SOUTHCOM, and other stakeholders for the generous donation. The Republic of China Taiwan is implementing a new program for diplomatically allied members dubbed Assisting the Economic Empowerment of Women in Latin America and the Caribbean in the Post-Pandemic of COVID-19 initiative. The program design is in keeping with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, as highlighted by a top diplomat on Tuesday, October 12th.
The focus of this project on women corresponding to the objectives and the core value of the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women.
Minister of Social Development and Gender Affairs, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, said that the project is timely, especially at a time when COVID-19 continues to raise its ugly head. He thanked Taiwan's International Cooperation Development Fund, ICDF, for its generous commitment of US $2.1 million towards the success of the project.
Today marks the signing that's what we're here for today. The signing of an agreement between our two countries for the execution of a program of assistance and economic empowerment of women as a post-pandemic measure. We are here, and we are ravaged by the vicissitudes resulting from the pandemic. Families, especially single-parent families, exposed to hardship due to lockdowns and quarantine. Small businesses, especially those run by women, hair braiders, masseurs, child care technicians, etc., are all facing troubling times.
The project is a regional initiative that will be carried out in 9 countries within the Caribbean and Latin America that have diplomatic relations with Taiwan. These include St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Haiti, Belize, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Honduras, and Paraguay. Deputy Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Sean Richards, congratulated and commended the Republic of China Taiwan on its 110th National Day, which is observed on October 10th annually.
As Taiwan is celebrating its National Day, I bring greetings and commendations and congratulations on behalf of all of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Ambassador, I would want on behalf of the government, on behalf of the people, for you to extend congratulations from the people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Minister Richards reflected on the 38 years of the strong and fruitful relationship between both countries. He noted that St. Kitts and Nevis will continue to advocate on behalf of Taiwan to become members of critical international organizations such as the United Nations.
Taiwan has assisted us in so many different spheres of our development. Whether we want to look at healthcare, education, agriculture, ICT, the environment, you name it, the footprints of Taiwan are very much here with us, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We don't have the very same resources as Taiwan, but we not only are happy for the relationship because it is one that shows that Taiwan is dedicated, committed, and a reliable friend. And so that is why at the very highest level, the UN meeting, for example, which would have just taken place, we were quite happy to advocate on behalf of Taiwan.
Deputy Prime Minister Richards noted that once Taiwan is given a seat at the highest table, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis will reap greater benefits. This year marked the second consecutive year that the Embassy of the Republic of China Taiwan in St. Kitts and Nevis celebrated its National Day, which is observed annually on October 10th, with an environmental beach cleanup, an activity ministers of government in the Federation described as a significant contributor to cleaner and healthier environments.
Because activities like these help us to continue to keep our environment clean, keep our beaches clean, to keep our surroundings clean. Of course, we know that we are towards destination, but we must also be aware that we need to keep St. Kitts and Nevis clean for us as nationals and residents as well. We must do that. We must start here, home. And of course, we know that the healthy, cleaner our environment is, the healthier we are as a people, the healthier we are as a nation.
The Honorable Lindsay Grant, Minister of Tourism, shared similar sentiments and thanked the government and people of Taiwan for such a timely and important initiative.
We're not just doing it for the persons who will come into St. Kitts for tourism purposes, but first and foremost for ourselves. I think it's a great opportunity to not only do it for ourselves, but to spread the message in the world that it is very important for us to have a clean and healthy environment.
The first beach cleanup was held on October 3rd, 2020 at Timothy Beach. The event was organized by the Embassy of the Republic of China Taiwan in partnership with the Ministry of Tourism, Sustainable Destination Council, and the Department of Environment. Michelle de Lacadre Blake, Director of the Counseling Department in St. Kitts, said that World Mental Health Day, which is celebrated annually on October 10th, is observed to raise the awareness of mental health issues globally.
The overall aim of World Mental Health Day is to bring focus to a mental health issue. So to raise awareness of mental health issues around the world and to mobilize efforts in support of mental health. It provides us an opportunity for stakeholders working with mental health issues to talk about their work. So we're here today and we will be on the airwaves during this week to talk about what happens in mental health and to identify the gaps, what needs to be done so that mental health as much as possible could be made a reality for people who are in need.
Based on information from the World Health Organization's website, the organization works with member states and partners to improve mental health of individuals and societies at large. This includes promoting mental well-being, the prevention of mental disorders, and efforts to increase access to quality mental health care that respects people's human rights. And finally, while observing World Post Day on October 9th, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister with Responsibility for Posts, the Honorable Sean Richards, said that the Postal Service in St. Kitts and Nevis has weathered the storm and continues to be resilient. However, Minister Richards said that there is a more urgent need for the Postal Service to transform and innovate.
As we continue to navigate through this COVID-19 pandemic, innovation within the postal sector is key to its recovery. The post offices will have to be innovative in the way they provide services to their customers. The pandemic has taught us that we should try and utilize services that are online and minimize physical contact where necessary. We will provide a platform where customers can pay for their U.S. mailbox service via National Bank and other commercial banks. For our month of activities, we will launch our website, which will provide a wealth of information about our services and useful forms that can be printed from the website.
Minister Richards used the occasion to highlight the essential role of postal workers in St. Kitts and Nevis and thanked the hard-working staff at the St. Kitts and Nevis Postal Services for their dedication and commitment to the postal sector, especially during this pandemic. This year, World Post Day was observed under the global theme, Innovate to Recover, a theme Minister Richards described as very appropriate in light of the challenges the global community continues to face with the COVID-19 pandemic. That was the SKNIS Week in Review for October 8th to 14th. I am Sherima Matthew. See you next week as we continue to update you, the general public, on what's happening in and around the Federation.